Is the coaching industry just one giant pyramid scheme? Look, I know you've wondered it, and the short answer is no. But I understand why you might not agree with my answer. And if you are skeptical, that's also okay. It's on me to prove it. So hi, I'm Christy Mims, the founder of Coach Pony, and we've helped over 30,000 coaches build profitable coaching businesses over the last 10 years. Coaching in so many different niches, from date coaches to executive coaches to ADHD coaches to health coaches, just to name a few. And before that, I spent years being a successful career coach for women. So trust me when I say that I have been in the weeds of this industry for a long time. And this question is a completely fair one to ask. So let's have an honest conversation and get to the proof. And if we're going to be honest, I need to start with the bad news. The bad news, the shady characters are real. So I've been a coach full-time for over 14 years. I started off and spent years as a career coach, making over $1 million just from my career coaching practice, and I was selling private coaching, group coaching, and online programs. And over time, as I paid more attention to the industry, I noticed more and more shady characters entering the coaching world. People with very little actual business or coaching experience, maybe a decent social media following, and a whole lot of real, or let's be honest, fake confidence, trying to sell you a roadmap that they've often never walked themselves. Some of these people have never had a real coaching client outside of coaching other coaches. And you know who they are. They show up in your ad feed with a headline that focuses on a high ticket offer or a quick 6-figure funnel that they claim you can set up really quickly. They definitely have not built a practice in health coaching or career coaching or relationship coaching or any of the other coaching niches. They went straight from, I want to be a coach, to let me charge coaches thousands of dollars to learn how to get clients. And that is clearly a problem. But it's not a problem unique to the coaching industry. There are bad seeds or scammers in every industry from real estate to healthcare. We are not exempt just because we've chosen a helping profession. But that's not the whole story. So this is what I really need you to hear today. Business coaches, both good and bad, tend to be loud. We are good at marketing, and so we know it's important to show up and have markers of credibility, from great ads to clear testimonials to good-looking websites. Given that, it's hard to separate the wheat from the chaff, and it's easy to throw everyone under the bus by association and just tell yourself that coaching is either a scam or it's a pyramid scheme, and there's no real way for you to make money doing what you love. But here's the good news. Every single day, I work with coaches who are quietly building real, legitimate businesses, and none of them look anything like what I just described. I'm talking about health coaches helping people manage autoimmune disease and finally feel good in their bodies, career coaches helping people walk away from soul-crushing jobs and find work that fits their life, relationship coaches doing deep, meaningful work with couples who are struggling, grief coaches sitting with people in their darkest moments, and executive coaches inside major companies helping these leaders actually lead. So these coaches are not selling courses to other coaches. They are serving real human beings who need real help. And those clients are paying them real money because the results themselves are actually real. So the coaching industry is much bigger and much more legitimate than the Instagram version would have you believe. The problem is that if you are a new coach, you aren't going to see these coaches because you aren't their client. So let me give you an example. Right now, you are probably searching on terms like, how do I find paying clients? Or how do I build a coaching business? And so the algorithm is going to respond to your search and your engagement and show you people like me, because we have the answers to the questions you are asking. And therefore, you accidentally create an entire echo chamber around yourself where that's all you see, business coaches like me, making it hard for you to find the coaches who are doing the work that you most want to do. But you probably want more proof that this isn't just a pyramid. Now, I know that the next question you have is, okay, Christy, but what about the business coaches specifically? Because isn't that the part that feels like a scam or feels like a pyramid scheme? Coaches, coaching, coaches. So that's completely fair. So first off, let me remind you of what a pyramid scheme actually is. As I'm sure you know, it's when you set up a company so that you are making money endlessly off of every new recruit, and each new recruit below you and below them is doing the same. And the money flows up the pyramid. The very few people at the top make all of the money, and the many below at the bottom do not. The whole thing is a house of cards that depends on people constantly recruiting new people into the scheme. So if you've seen the doc about LuLaRoe, it shows you a great example of what a pyramid scheme looks like. But that is not what coaching is, to be clear. Coaching is a service business. So someone hires you to help them achieve a goal. They pay you a set amount for your service. You help them. And then once they've achieved success or they feel complete, it's over. So for example, I'm a business coach, and if you take my program, I don't make money when someone hires you. You pay me for a service and then we're done. And as a coach yourself, you help your clients and then let them go. You aren't making money by recruiting them and the people below them into some sort of weird scheme. Moreover, coaching is a very legitimate industry. There are qualifications and certifications and training. Coaching itself is a specific skill set that you have to learn. And unlike selling cheap leggings to friends and family, it's one that is really, really valued in many levels. So for example, Google, the company, ranked coaching skills as one of the most prized skills in their managers. Or if we want to look at it another way, we've had sports coaching for ages, and that's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a scam. So doesn't it make sense that people see the value in having a skilled coach for other parts of their lives? Yes. Now, before I ever taught a single thing about building a coaching business, I spent 5 years building an actual coaching practice of my own, focusing entirely on career coaching. So, as I mentioned, I was a career coach. I worked with real clients, professional women who were stuck in careers they hated, and they didn't know what they wanted to do next, but they knew they wanted to find something they were passionate about. So people who had been miserable in their jobs for years, who felt like they would never do work that they were passionate about, and they needed someone genuinely in their corner to help break them out and move them forward. In a few years, I built one single career coaching program to over $1 million in revenue, plus private coaching, plus other offers. Not from selling courses about marketing, not from teaching other coaches, from doing actual work, from sitting with clients, doing group coaching, doing private coaching, solving real problems, and building a business full of people who wanted that help. Helping people find their passion, and then once we were complete, sending them on their way. And only after I had done that, after I had real results and real business experience as a coach, only then did I start Coach Pony. Because coaches at the time started asking me for help. They wanted to know how I became successful and if I could coach them. And on a personal note, I was tired of all the sleaze I was seeing online. So at that point, I felt like I had enough experience to be able to contribute and help other coaches like myself. So that's the bar you should hold anyone who calls themselves a business coach to. So business coaching often involves teaching and consulting as well as coaching. It's just the nature of this niche. So please ask them, have you done the thing you're selling? Because if the answer is no, that's a really big red flag that you need to pay attention to. So let's talk about how to find a legitimate business coach. So how do you actually find legitimate help for your coaching business that's going to meet you where you are? So here's what I tell people. Number one, look at their client experience outside of coaching coaches. So a legitimate business coach has done the thing they're selling. They can give you real examples, real stories, real results. Number two, watch out for super vague promises. The shady corners of this particular industry love big round numbers and lifestyle imagery and are often promising astonishingly quick results. And I hate to break it to you, but building a real coaching business does take time. And I get it. I know we all want to do it quickly so we can feel safe and secure, but it's rarely the case that it happens overnight. If you see someone build a coaching business seemingly overnight, it usually means that they had a big advantage, like an existing audience or client base that already likes them and trusts them and wants what they're offering as a coach. But even for them, that existing base didn't get built overnight. So real business coaches talk about specific results, processes, and reasonable timelines because they've actually lived it. Number three thing to look for, trust your gut. You'd be surprised at how often new coaches tell me, I knew something felt off, but I ignored it. So I had a coach join my program after spending $4,000 on another business coach who did not deliver on any of her promises. And she said she had a feeling that something wasn't right before she said yes to that coach. And sadly, she was proved correct. So my point is that if something feels like a lot of hype and very little substance, it probably is. Number four, Try out their free or low paid stuff to see if you like their style and if you like their approach. So if you get results or you get a really good insight that is meaningful or useful from the free or the cheap programs, then you'll probably get your money's worth out of their more expensive programs, and it's a much safer investment for you. And finally, here's the best news. There are a lot of coaches out here, myself included, who have genuinely done the work, who have real experience behind them, and who want to help you do the same. So bottom line, the coaching industry is not a pyramid scheme or a scam. Parts of it do have sleazy people, as any industry does, but you know what to look for now. So if this is the kind of honest, no-nonsense look at the coaching industry that you've been searching for, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Because here at Coach Pony, we are all about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this industry so that you can cut through the noise and focus on what actually matters, which is building a real coaching business and helping real people. And I think the number one thing new coaches want to know, of course, is how to get paying clients. So I've got an awesome free action blueprint to help you find a paying client in under 2 weeks. It's not going to solve everything in your business, but it will be the action plan and maybe the kick in the pants that you need today. So I'll leave a link below this video so that you can grab it and get started on finding your next paying client. And with that, that's all I've got for you today. But please know that I am cheering you on. The world definitely needs more awesome coaches like you.